Welcome to the third episode of all the trending news stories that you might have missed. This is Wrap It Up, and my name is Loadshedding. I really appreciate you for tuning in. Continue to give us those comments, those likes, those shares, and tell people to subscribe and tell them that Wrap It Up is on their screen. So let's bring you up to speed with what you might have missed. So we saw that Busisiwe Mkhwebane's position is at stake because there's even a new parliamentary rule that actually examines one's fitness to hold office. So she's really in trouble. On top of that, DA is also accusing her of her questionable decision making as well as tyranny. And with Busisiwe, it's been like this actually from the start, from the moment she held that office after Thuli Madonsela. It's really been awkward for her, with calls for her to step down, and it looks like she's not willing to step down without any fight at all. We also saw another trending story being of artists that came in numbers to bid farewell at Ubabu Joseph Shabalala's memorial service at Ellis Park, and it had to end quicker than expected because of load shedding. I mean, South Africa, it's really bad. It's really bad that an event of such an important icon and legend, it had to end in that way. It really needs to be attended to ASAP. We also saw another trend of the former SAA chairperson, Umama Dudu actually attending the delinquent director hearing, and she was saying that she's always had the interests of the airline at heart, and that the executives were lying about her obstructing a deal with Emirates. And this is a developing story, and I'm going to give you more updates on it as she has to make more appearances in court. We also saw the family of the 8-year-old Tasnay van Wyk speaking out for the first time since her body was discovered a few days ago at a storm water pipe in Cape Town after she was kidnapped for 2 weeks, and the perpetrator is out on parole. 16 months and he's out, and the family is not well, and they've been calling on the government and the president, asking him how can he let such a thing happen. And this is another developing story that I'm going to bring you updates on at the end of this week. May her soul rest in peace, and I hope that her family will find it in them to actually move on after this catastrophe. Another trend that we saw is of the protesters, the students protesting at the Nelson Mandela University, saying that they want education without impediments. They are failing to register because they don't have funds. Others have outstanding fees, and the protests were really bad with students being very rebellious towards police, throwing stun grenades, stones, and it's been really one big story, very catastrophic, and I'm going to bring you updates on that story as well. We also saw a very tragic accident at Olifantsfontein, where a minibus taxi was colliding. It had collided with a motorbike, and unfortunately 2 learners died in that school transport, and including the biker. And it is said that the 2 girls, we learned that they were 6 and 10 years respectively, and the gentleman who was on the bike, he also passed away. He was in his early 30s, and he left at home a wife and an 11-month-old baby. This was a sad one. I actually saw the images of the vehicle and the blood that was dripping down the registration plate. It was terrible. It was just a bad scene, and I was very hurt, and I was feeling sorry also for the education MEC Banyaza Lesufi, because he's been dealing with a lot ever since the year began, because I remember the number escalated to more than 18 learners that have passed away so far since 2020 began. So may all the souls of those learners rest in peace, including the biker as well. Another trend that we saw is of the coronavirus, where it claimed 114 lives in China, bringing the death toll to a whopping 2,200. Now it's more than 2,200 people that have passed away, and it just continues to end people's lives. And we hope that this surge will end, and there can be a solution to it. I hope that it doesn't spread to South Africa, because there were some cases of people that had contracted part of this virus in some provinces. Yeah, that's all the wrap up of all the news stories that I had for you, and I'll be back again to give you the update of this week's trending stories. This is Wrap It Up. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe.